What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video from the Ultimate Blind Masters channel. Before I do continue, please like, share and also subscribe so you don't miss anything. So without further ado, I'm going to get straight into today's video. So recently, after uploading the video on the Soundgear talking radio player for the visually impaired and blind, I received a comment from one of my subscribers, Charlie Dinner, is it? Correct me if I'm wrong, Charlie, I'm so sorry. And they said to me, or they asked me a question on what are my favourite audio games. And I thought about this and I thought, why not do a video on this today? So I thought I'd talk to you guys about my top audio games. I've chosen to do 3 on the Amazon Echo and 3 from when I've played them on the iPhone, because I know games on the iPhone and on the Amazon Echo are quite popular as well. Excuse our ice cream van. They are quite popular as well. So I'm going to get straight into it. So as we know, my journey, or as you may not know for some of you, I had a very interesting experience when it came to playing games and getting involved with having a bit of fun, because I'm blind, and the issue that I had previously was I wasn't aware of many devices that you could use to play any games. I know often I'll be around family members and cousins who are having so much fun, and I kind of feel a bit left out, and it was a bit sad because I wanted to play games, I wanted to just have as much fun as they would, but in my own way, until I came up on hearing about the Amazon Echo. So I heard about the Amazon Echo vaguely. I knew this is what it was. It's the Echo, it's got the A-Lady in there, it's quite smart, and yeah, XYZ. And I didn't know I had any games until I was told about various different games like RuneScape Quest, Swan Piercing Note, and so many other different games like Night Manager. And I thought, okay, I've got to have a little look at this and have a go at this. And it just so happened that when I went to a family member's house, they had an Amazon Echo show, and I remember being around my cousins, and the first ever game I played was RuneScape Quest, One Piercing Note. And I thought, whoa, actually, yeah, I'm loving this. And all I just remember him saying is, are you liking this? And I was like, yeah. And I just remember being switched off, and I remember all the rest of my cousins. I remember all the rest of my cousins just playing on the PS4 thingy bobs, yeah, the PS4s. And I was just switched off in my own world, and I was loving the sound effects. Sister Anna, the Abbess, Sister Deborah, what was it? Sister Banana? No. You must mean Sister Anna. Well, apart from that, all blah, 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 blah. Sorry, guys, that was an awful impression. But I've got to give it to Sister Deborah and Sister Anna. I just think, it's just such a twist. Why? What should I have been doing? Standing? All right, you're from Manchester. Sorry, many people. Was that a Manny accent? I don't know. Yeah, I think I better be quiet. Sister Elena, or Sister Elena, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, so there's so many different good characters in there, and since then, I just remember when I was going back home, I said to Mum, can I have an Amazon Echo? Can I have an Amazon Echo? And then next week, here we go, then my brother surprised me with an Amazon Echo Spot, and since then, I've been playing so many different games. So yes, that's how my games journey has gone, and here I am today, responding to you, Charlie, and of course, for the rest of you to actually hear my response as well. I wanted to keep it open, there was no point putting it on the comments, I just prefer to do it on YouTube so that actually this could be shared. Don't think you can share comments to other YouTubers or on WhatsApp, I'm not sure. But I know if you're subscribed to the channel, you can see the comments. But anyway, so yeah, that's what I chose to do, just to make life a lot easier. But anyway, yes, so of course, when it comes to gaming and audio games, quite a few of us play games in many different ways. Now, I suppose for some of you who know the blind gamer, I'm thinking I know that when I've been with a blind gamer, he plays a lot of Xbox games, And I think before he was telling me how it was quite challenging to memorize some of the menus, but how now the screen readers are coming out. And obviously he wanted me to have a go in some of those games, and I think the top one for me was the Veil. So where you have the blind knight Alex, and it's quite an interesting one where she has to, her uncle, she's a princess, and her uncle has to teach her how to fight, and she has a blind shepherd with her, and it takes an amazing twist because in fact, the shepherd isn't who he thinks he is. Who was he at the end of the game? I can't remember. Blind Gamer, if you're listening, you can comment as well. All right, if he's listening, I'm sure you'll chuck it into the comments because, yeah, he knows more about this than I do. But and he's got quite a variety of ways of playing games, like with the Xbox, and blessing the guy's so fast on there. And obviously, of course, he's also doing. He's also got the games on his iPhone. Whereas for me, I've been more used to the approach of audio games, and well, he does do audio games as well, but I've kind of really played mainly audio games, and I do like the PS4, but I do think that I suppose there are more improvements to be made as it goes along, because obviously, of course, it's not going to be as advanced as Apple, is it? Come on, guys, or the Amazon Echo's speech services, is it? Come on, let's just think realistic. So, anyway, yeah, and as I've been quite used to that, I will say that sometimes I suppose you might think audio games do get boring, and actually there is a lot I've got to say at the end, especially for Amazon, that their idea of gaming and what they could do. But right now, what I'll do, I'll just touch up on three of my favourite games on the Amazon Echo, and three of my favourite games on the iPhone, and I'll explain why. So if we look at number 3 on the Amazon Echo, we'll go backwards, I'm going to have to give it to RuneScape Quest's One Piercing Note. Yes, even though that was my first game to play, guys. Ouch. Yeah, but I'm going to put that at number 3. I think definitely the sound effects, the twists, the thrill, and the amazement of just going on that adventure just to discover things, and how the story twists when you meet Sister Cecilia, and how she mentions about there's a particular demon and how there's a god of chaos because they live in an abbey, and I think they follow a particular faith. It sounds like it doesn't quite make sense as to what it is if they are following one, but they do sound quite holy and religious people, and because they talk about this god of chaos Zamorak and how he sent the demon to attack this saint, and her name was Saint Elspeth. And actually, when you go right towards the end of the game, we tend to realise who the demon is in disguise. And I'm not going to tell you guys who it is because I'm not going to spoil it. But let me just tell you, the twist and the thrill are absolute. The twists and the thrills are absolutely amazing. I love those games. RuneScape Quest's One Piercing Note. Definitely, yes, the sounds and how you explore the abbey, and how you meet another traveller called Valeria, and it's just so amazing how you meet new people across the way, and how the game really ends. And obviously there's 3 options, but regardless of the option you choose, there's only one that I like to do, and that's pushing them out the window, because anyway, that suspect is going to die whether you forgive or you condemn, but I just tend to shove them out the window anyways, because I just love to hear them scream, and it's just amazing, like yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that's RuneScape Quest One Piercing Note, and it's not the scream of when you hear a night on the next game I'm about to talk about, when your tag team partner comes in, or if you look at Ranjit Singh and Mind Your Language, I'm be warning you, now I am coming in. So yeah, it's none of that, trust me. So yeah, that's RuneScape Quest's One Piercing Note. The next game I'm going to be looking at, or I'm going to be talking to you about, hang on, what am I looking at? I can't see. Duh, I've got a cane. I'm blind. Duh, the ultimate blind master. Sorry, guys. So the next game we're going to be we're going to be talking about, is the one and only Night Manager. Is it night time already? I need to set my clock. Better manage my nighttime sleep. Amazon, or whoever you are, why did you call it Night Manager? Yeah, it's not Night Manager for sleep, but it just sounds so like a routine system where you can just manage your sleep time, unless that night is spelled differently, because my spelling is absolutely shite. Sorry, guys. So, yes, Night Manager. Now, this is a game where, of course, you are managing your night. You can name your night, and as you start the game, you'll be introduced to a tutorial, and of course, you will fight in battles. You can go in the dark forest and hunt down orcs. You can be in tag team partners, and the only way that you are going to be able to help each other in battles is when you guys are online. So, what I really recommend is you would want to be in a tag team with a friend that you know. Why? Because I suppose if you're online and you're having a bit of a tough time, just text him and say, "Hey Robbo," or "Hey James, come online, let's go Night Manager." And yeah, next thing you know, bang. That's what I tend to do. I just think that's better for me, I suppose. For those of you who are not really too fussed, then I suppose you can be with whoever you want, really. And yeah, so the idea of the game is to get your knight to the highest level, earn gold pieces, earn diamonds, and you can earn silver arrows, have servants, and I'll explain what each of them are. So the servants earn you gold pieces. They can also be turned into arrow makers, who then would produce arrows for you, so that you can hunt in the dark forest. However, if the servants that don't make the training, they will not be given back to you. So if you've got so many servants and you don't know what to do with them, just chuck them straight into the arrow factory and get arrow makers out of them. And the nice thing is with gold pieces, you can then do upgrades to your sword and your armor, so that as you advance into each level, your strikes will become a lot stronger, and so will your defense, because of the armor and the swords. And the silver arrows, of course, are designed to be used in the dark forest, so you can hunt and kill orcs. And if you kill the Orc King, which is a bloody challenge, you will then close the dark forest for the day, and you will then receive a hefty amount of diamonds, depending on what the amount is. It changes daily, like 1,000 or 100 diamonds, or 15,000 or 100,000 diamonds, whatever it is. Yeah. And then we have bonuses. Now, bonuses, a lot of you might think, and I made this mistake, we don't need the bonuses, we're just fine. Trust me, guys, I've had friends who've not been playing as long as me and they've overtaken me. Get yourself the bonuses. Sharpen blades, which sharpen your swords. When you attack, you'll cause a lot more critical hits. Your deadly accuracy will improve the accuracy on your hits. You got things like clover, which give you more luck, balanced food, which give you extra energy. You got featherbed, which gives you that energy, and then you've got all sorts of different ones. There's so many different ones. Balanced food. Is it 1 extra energy per hour, if I'm not wrong? Yeah. And I'm not saying get every single bonus. You got rock hard. That's a good defense bonus that toughens your armor. But it's up to you really how you're going to manage your night and what bonuses you want. A disclosure, if you don't play within 7 days, you get deactivated. That doesn't mean you'd have to reset or start the game all over again. What it just means is no one else will be able to find you if they want to give you a cheeky attack. Guys, one message from me, whoever's playing Night Manager, if you've got a close friend or anyone, why not just go and nick a couple of their servants, just give them a bit of an attack. Just say whoever's fault it is, it's the ultimate blind master's fault, he told me to do it. Yeah, just have a bit of fun. Sometimes I've attacked tag team partners or attacked other friends. We just have a bit of fun. It's alright, it's not the end of the world, enjoy yourselves. So yeah, that's a bit about Night Manager. A tip from Night Manager, really, because me and the Punisher, I don't know if he's not on there anymore, I don't know if he's changed his name. Well, okay, I'll refer to him as a blind gamer. And of course, we have another friend on Night Manager who is called Blood God, the Rookery. We have, of course, discussed things like doing business on Night Manager, so you can actually trade in things so that you can actually earn a set amount of gold. I would say, you could trade, let's say, servants for gold pieces and diamonds for silver arrows, because silver arrows and servants can also be shared between your friends or other fellow Night Managers. You would just search for the name. The A lady will then bring up a list of names, the one you recognise, and then you would just say, she'll give you an option of, would you like to send gold, send a gift, attack, or a request for a tag team. If you're sending a gift, just say send a gift, and then you'll get the option to go into your backpack to see if it's consumables, craft goods, other, or send gold, servants, or diamonds. Yeah, and whichever one you choose, it will then give you a set amount. How you can. It'll then give you the chance to decide how many you want to send to your friends. So let's say you want to send 200. You say 200. Okay, and it'll say, are you sure you really want to send 200 silver arrows to that so and so? You say yes, then it'll send, or if not, then if you say no, it'll cancel. What you can also do is have enhanced a little feature on the diamonds. So if you pay 5 diamonds, rather than the delivery reaching your friend in about an hour, they will then get the delivery in 5 minutes. Come on, guys, this is Amazon Premium Delivery. Yeah. So that's Night Manager. For me, I would put that number 2. Number 1 has to go to the one and only Nuclear War. Nuclear War is just nuclear war. So this is a game on the Amazon Echo where you have to have a nuclear war battle. You have 4 countries. You have the UK, China, USA. So the UK, China, USA. That's 5 countries. You have the UK, you have China, Russia, France, and the USA. And out of those 5 countries, you can choose to be the leader of one of those. You can play as the UK or the USA or China, Russia, or France, whichever one you want. And once you've, let's say, taken charge of, let's say, Russia, your goal is to spend 5 million coins, because automatically in the game you will be given coins, and then if you want to participate in a nuclear battle, you have to spend that 5 million on nuclear tech. Once that's all done, then just throughout the game you can upgrade your cities with shields, which cost 3 million, or let's say 2 million, which will then give you the chance to do research whereas with 2 million gold pieces on the research, if you're going to do some research, it will then allow you to earn an extra 1 million every round. So you have 5 rounds in each game. If you don't, because this is part of mini games, if you don't unlock the mini games unlimited thing, you can only play once a day. So if you play, let's say, at 10 o'clock in the evening, you will then have to wait another 24 hours until 10 o'clock the next day in the evening where you can play again, or any time after that, and it will just reset 24 hours because you can only play once a day if you haven't got the subscription unlock thing, subscription for mini games unlimited, as Nuclear War is part of that. So then obviously, of course, you can wipe out as many cities as you want in the country. So each country, well, the UK, the China and US, will have 3 cities each, or so will Russia, if for those of you who want to play as the US or the UK and are looking to wipe out Russia, or Russia, you're looking to wipe out US or UK and having a bit of fun with your friends. You can either wipe out each of the 4 remaining countries' cities, or you can do 3 cities as well at once. As much as it's up to you, as much as you want to do, but depending on how much coins you earn. But in order to play Nuclear War, of course, the nice thing about mini games is you'll be divided into 4. You've got 4 teams: Team Electric, Fire, Grass, and Water. These are the 4 teams, and whichever team you choose, the coins that you earn, you will then earn those point tallies for your team. Similar to those of you who play Night Manager, you have the different orders: the Merciful, the Lazarus, and the Meridian. Whether you play in Province Fights or if you attack Azrael, the Evil Magician in the Dark Tower, you will earn 100,000 or 100 order points for your that order, which is basically a whole team, if you put it that way, similar to what you get in Nuclear War. So for me, definitely putting that number 1, because I just love the sound effects, the bombs when they explode. And of course, if you're going to get nuked, so let's say you're playing as Russia and the US and you decide to nuke each other, it might say the US is nuking Russia, or Russia is nuking the US. It is, or the USA. It is just mad, because you're going to fire at them, they're going to fire at you. Who's going to win? It's so intense. I'll be bouncing off the bed. I just love it. I'll be bouncing up and down. I'll be laughing my head off, getting excited. It's so, so fun. Fair play to those who did Nuclear War. Who did Nuclear War. So that's my top games on the Amazon Echo. Now let's switch to the iPhone. Or if you want to say Android as well. So top 3 games on the iPhone, of course. With the iPhone, it's a bit different because it's a lot more interactive. And a lot of people have said to me, with the Amazon Echo, it's just audio. What can we do? Well, before I go, I'll just mention that right at the end. But at the moment, let's just focus on the iPhone. So top 3 games on the iPhone for me. Number 3, I'm going to have to give it to Blindfold Cricket. This was developed by the University of Auckland, who specialise in blind games. I think they're in New Zealand. New Zealand, that's it. Was that New Zealand? Sorry, New Zealanders. Auckland, New Zealand. That's it, mate. That's it. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's blind cricket. So you can obviously you'll have 10 coins, and of course, I think if you don't pay for the upgrade, what I tend to do is once I've finished or once I've used up all my 10 coins after playing quite a few times, I then just tend to delete the app and reinstall it, and that's how I just get my 10 coins back, which is a bit of a pain, but I suppose they need to earn their money on so that they can obviously make maintenance or develop the game as they go along. So you just play against the set players on there. I think you've got Mary or Bob, Amy and Dave. You can play against one of them, or you can just play practice mode. I would like to see more features like definitely more players, tournament mode where you can buy players and unlock that. So for more cricket players, that would be nice. Number 2, I'm going to have to give it to Blindfold Soccer Kick. Now, this is a simple football game. For those of you who play FIFA, it's nowhere near that level. Yes, of course. And I think, yet again, is it University of Auckland they developed this game? I'm not sure, I can't remember. And this also relies on coins. So you have 10 maximum coins because you can play, or each game lasts 10 rounds. Once you've used up all the coins, I just tend to do the same thing as what I would do with Blindfold Cricket. Just delete and reinstall the app. And this is just, yet again, you're playing against Amy, Dave, or Bob, or Mariel. I think Bob's in the cricket one as well. And you can play a different player every day or the next time you open it up. And the aim is to shoot the ball by swiping your finger up across the screen. And if you score, you'll hear the crowd cheer. If they block it, you will hear a whistle. When they shoot, you will just have to swipe your finger left and right across the screen to make the block. If you block it, the whistle will blow. If they score, your phone will vibrate. Or if you score against them, I think the phone vibrates again. Yes, it does. I think definitely a bit like FIFA, I would like to see more players, like unlocked modes where you can actually bring in more players, where you can exchange players for money. You can have World Cup mode, or you can have something similar. And actually, yeah, because it's given me another idea, because myself and the Blind Gamer were really looking at Goalball. Now, as we know, Goalball's not very promoted. Of course, Goalball's played at many places across the UK and beyond, like RNC, Royal National College for the Blind in Hereford. You've got Fen Tigers, Lancashire Lions, Birmingham Barbarians, Croydon Warriors, York St John's, Winchester, and so many more. And I just think, if we've got Soccer Kick out, could there be a game about Goalball? Because if you're marketing to the VI world here, we know that Goalball is a VI sport. Now, of course, Goalball, as well as it being a VI sport, Goalball can be played by anyone. So for those of you who are sighted, don't think, oh, you have to be blind or visually impaired to do it. No. Goalball is open to everyone. And I just think they could build another similar game about that as well, which would be quite nice. So yeah, that's just, that'll be a nice brief idea. But yeah, that's number 2 for Blindfold Soccer Kick. Number 1, I'm going to give it to the Blind Legend. Now, this is where you have a blind knight, Edward Blake. And who's blind, and he has a daughter. And his idea, the mission for him is to actually fight against so many different enemies, and he has to, of course, win those battles. So if you're going to swipe to battle, you're going to swipe up, and if you're going to block it, you're going to pinch the shield. The bit that I got stuck on is when they fire the arrow, all of a sudden when you're walking, there's no warning. I don't like that because it's not giving you enough time to react. Yes, I've tried to pinch the shield, but it's not worked for me. So I just think there needs to be a bit of a, so that it gives you some time to know where to block the arrow from. But yeah, that's my top 3 games on the iPhone. I think definitely give it a go because you've also got Sona Interactive. excuse me, especially with blindfold cricket. So if you're going to get an attack on the left side, it will go into the left-hand side of your ear. Attack, you're going to go straight, the sound will balance in the middle. If you're going to attack on the right, or if you're going to turn right or turn left, X, Y, Z, the sound then changes to that particular direction. So if you're going to get an attack on the right, if you need to turn to your right, the sound will go to your right ear on the headphones. Don't play with that headphone because it'll be hard. But yeah, that's Sona Interactive as well. So there we have it. These are my top 6 audio games, ranging from 3 with the Amazon Echo and 3 on the iPhone and possibly Android, but I don't think these are available on Android. I'm not sure. So before I go, I'd just like to give a little message to Amazon, because as you know, I've spoken about many of these audio games, and I just think your games need to be a lot more interactive. We've got things like the Echo Show. Amazon really, really need to step up with their accessibility. I think something like Night Manager, yes, I've put it into the top 2, but you're not really getting much management. There's nothing. Your Knight's just doing what they're doing. The best time I had a Night Manager was the jousting tournament, because you could decide whether if you wanted to block the attack, do a high attack, low attack, so on and so forth. That was a bit like management. Whereas a Night Manager, it's like sometimes when you know you can beat your Knight, sometimes your Knight just chooses to get hit, your Knight does. And you're not really managing him in that sense. So where does Night Manager really come in? I just think really it's a whole business model put together. And Amazon really, you've got other developers out there who are making games for visually impaired. And I just think, could there be a risk of a lot of VI people turning against Night Manager? Okay, everyone has their own way of just playing audio games. But I just think that you've got a really good, nice screen setup on the Echo Shows. But unfortunately, I do think that Google's got the better angle and the better design, because I prefer Google's screen devices, because they're just, the screen angle's a lot better. And Google, I think if you're listening, I know you used to do a lot of games, but couldn't you look into something as well? Couldn't you guys look into something about developing interactive games? There could either be Sona Interactive, but plus, don't forget, guys, the advantages that these beasts have, especially this Echo Studio that I've got, it's a huge beast. She's a huge beast. If you're going to want to attack on the left-hand side, you've got Dolby Atmosphere. Let the sound go to the left-hand side of the speaker. If you're going to attack straight in front of you, let the sound go straight in front of you and behind. If there's going to be an attack from behind, let the sound go from behind. So then you can swipe down backwards and attack the Knight from an overhead swing. Is it going to attack from the right? Swipe to the right. Let the speaker sound go to the right. There's so many things I think Amazon you could be doing out there. And I think your game philosophies, if you're going to work with those developers, need to change. And I think for those of you who are out there, and I think it would be nice for them to actually partner up with things like University of Auckland. And I think, someone who's really probably got a good knowledge of this is the Blind Gamer as well. And I think, or many of you who might be out there who might be gamers, or for those of you who do play audio games, what do you guys think? Send them in the comments down below. Put messages out there. Tell Amazon what you feel. It'd be really, really good. And I think for those of you who are playing Night Manager, even if you're sighted, I think you want that sort of, because remember, guys, especially if you've got the ability to see, or if you haven't got the ability to see, everyone has their own way of interacting with games, whether that be with speech. But tell me, for those of you who might be sighted, would you just want to sit there and play and listen to a bunch of commentary and your Knight just messing up in battles, or would you also want to be able to control the Knight by yourself, customize the screens, have so much of that fun? So Amazon, really, you need to be thinking of both sides of audiences here. So that's it from me, guys. If you did enjoy it, please like, share, and also subscribe. And I will see you in the next video, of course. Comment down below which is your favourite game. What do you think? Do you agree with me? And And also, if you've got any other games to recommend, chuck them in the comments down below. Let's have some collaborative communication going on. You know, let's all get together and, you know, chuck this in the comments down below. And once again, Charlie, thank you very much for sending me this request, and I hope you enjoy it, and all of yous, of course, and I'll see you lot in the next video.